You want something luxurious. You want something with off-road capability. You want something with a big V8. You want something boxy? You think that a car like that doesn't exist, but it does. Here is the Land Rover Defender. The original Defender started life after the Second World War as the Land Rover Series 1. It was a rugged and utilitarian off-road vehicle that quickly became a hit with adventurous individuals as well as the British military. Over the decades, the Series 1 and Series 3 followed until 1990 when the Defender name was given to this off-road icon. It continued production as a rugged off-road SUV until 2016 when it was discontinued. Then in 2020, the Land Rover Defender as we know it today was introduced to the world. Only it's not like the Defenders that came before it. It still has the off-road capability, but it's not so utilitarian. It's much more luxurious now. Stepping into an older Defender, even one from 2016, felt as though you were going back half a century and that this video should be in black and white and I should have a pompadour hairstyle. But that's not the case. This new Defender is thoroughly modern. The new Land Rover Defender has lashings of leather across the dashboard. It comes with a fully digital driver display and 11.3-inch touchscreen with crystal sharp graphics. And it has all of the modern features that consumers want, including a wireless phone charging pad, surround view cameras, a Meridian surround sound system, and a head-up display. And that's not all. With this being a modern 21st century vehicle, it can also help you when you take it off the beaten path. For a start, it has 900 millimeters or about 35.5 inches of water wading depth. When properly equipped, it can tow up to 7,700 pounds. It has an approach angle of 37.5 degrees, a departure angle of 40 degrees, and up to 11.4 inches of ground clearance when the air suspension is raised. It has a 2-speed transfer case, a locking center differential, underbody protection, and a very clever off-road program. It's called Terrain Response 2. It allows you to choose from a few different off-road drive modes, or you can set it to auto, and then the Defender will decide the best parameters for the given off-road situation. There's also all-terrain progress control, which is like cruise control but for slow-speed off-roading. You just set your desired speed and then the Defender will adjust the engine output and the braking applications to minimize the loss of traction. A pretty impressive list of off-road features, and we haven't even gotten to the best part yet, that engine. The Defender 110 and 130 are now available with a supercharged 5-liter V8. Known as the P500, it produces 493 horsepower and 450 pound-feet of torque. This one, however, is the P525 variant. It has the same supercharged V8 engine, but it produces 518 horsepower and 461 pound-feet of torque, along with an exhilarating exhaust tone. Have a listen. That'll definitely wake up your neighbors. Of course, you can get the Land Rover Defender with a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine or a turbocharged inline-6 engine. But come on, let's face it, you're gonna have more fun with this V8. Once you've calmed down a bit and are driving around city streets like a civilized person, the Defender exudes a feeling of luxury and prestige. The cabin is quiet, the ride is plush, and the drive is civil. It feels as though you're driving a modern SUV and not something from the 1940s. The new Land Rover Defender is as modern as the latest smartphone, and yet it still has the off-road capabilities of older Defenders. But what if this is not enough for you? What if you want something more excessive? Something with the volume turned up to 11? Mercedes-Benz has an option for you. The G63 AMG. Much like the Land Rover Defender, the Mercedes-Benz G-Class, or Geländewagen as it's otherwise known, started its life as a military vehicle. The Canadian military actually used these in the early 2000s. But while the military version was being developed, a civilian version of the G-Wagon was also being developed. In 1979, the boxy G-Wagon made its world debut. Just like the Defender, it was a rugged, off-road, go-anywhere type of SUV. But as time went on, it too became more luxurious on the inside, and it also became a little bit of a status symbol. The Mercedes G-Class was only introduced to the North American market in the early 2000s. At that time, only celebrities and famous athletes could afford one. So if you could afford a G-Class, then that meant you were a VIP as well. Fast forward a couple of decades and the Mercedes-Benz G-Class still holds its prestigious status symbol. But unlike the Defender, it has kept its iconic boxy shape throughout the years. The G-Class is instantly recognizable even among non-car enthusiasts. This G63 AMG is the most eye-catching version of the G-Class that you can get right now. Not only does it have large 21-inch wheels, optional 22s, but it also has exhaust pipes that stick out of the side. These are connected to a bi-turbo V8 that produces 577 horsepower. Have a listen to it. This 4-liter V8 allows the 2.6-ton G63 AMG to accelerate from a stop to 100 kilometers an hour in just 4.5 seconds. Some sports cars have trouble accelerating that fast, never mind a big and heavy box on wheels. However, this G-Wagon is not only fast on paved roads, but it's also still a capable SUV off the roads. It is equipped with a 2-speed transfer case along with 3 lockable differentials, one in the front, one in the center, and one in the back. Though it doesn't have the air suspension of the Defender, it still has just enough ground clearance and good approach and departure angles. Plus, the G-Wagon is capable of climbing up a 100% grade, that's 45 degrees, just like the Defender. A pretty impressive feat. But what about the luxury side of things? Well, I hate to say it, but it does feel more luxurious in here than it does in the Defender. For a start, you have more options for the Nappa leather upholstery. You can get it with carbon fiber, piano gloss black, metal weave, and a number of different type of open pore wood trims. And in the back, you can get a cherry wood cargo floor. Talk about opulence. The luxury features don't stop there. The Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG can be optioned with heated, ventilated, and massaging front seats with 8 different massage programs. There's a cabin air purification system which ionizes the air to provide the same fresh air you experience after a summer storm. Even smaller items such as the grab handles can be wrapped in soft Nappa leather. The Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG really does take things up to 11 and beyond because it has a price to match its exorbitant style. It starts at $247,000, whereas the Land Rover Defender 110 with the V8 engine starts at $116,000. That is a big price gap. Of course, both SUVs are highly customizable, so you can personalize them to your liking. And should you need help in customizing these two SUVs, our knowledgeable product specialists at Jaguar Land Rover in Langley and Mercedes-Benz in Surrey are more than happy to help out. In the meantime, which of these two would you pick? Let us know in the comments. And thank you for watching, and see you next time.